Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another great week of topics. My co-host over here, she can't keep her straight face right now, but I'm Kevin, as I said before, and this is Chanel Renee. And man, do we got some good topics for you this week. But before we get started, I'm going to make sure I beat Chanel to this time. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notify button down here so you know when we put new content out there. But so before we get started, Chanel, how was your week?
I had a great week. Why? Stop it. I had a great week. Wonderful week. Y'all are the best for coming up with these topics because y'all lives are just.
Don't say it. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It's show worthy. Okay, I'll just say it like that. It's show worthy. Sure. But we love it. What's going on with you, Kev? Not much going on with me. I'm just here, being a co-host to Chanel, as she guides this thing, she puts all that content out there for us to have. A lot of this stuff is actually about Chanel's life. She doesn't want to tell you that, but she's the person we actually talk about because she's done these things. So we just talk about them. We try to be objective, but it's all about her. But seriously though, these topics we have come from you all. They come from what's going on out there in social media right now, these hot topics. And we want to make sure that we bring it to you all from a co-parenting perspective, because we know that people are going through things. We got people like our co-parents, our step-parents, our blended parents, our village parents, our additional parents, our bonus parents, our
aunties, uncles, grandmas.
Aunties and uncles make up the village. So
they do. But sometimes they're parents too, because the real mom and daddy ain't.
Well, uncle, daddy, and stuff like that. Are we talking about? Yeah. We're not gonna talk about that. That's
not the one you talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Not that one. No, not that one. No.
Okay. Not that one.
Not that one. No, not that one.
That would be another subject right there.
I was actually trying to be positive, like the aunties or the uncles that step up, because,
not the aunties or not the uncle who you call uncle, but he's actually daddy.
No.
Okay. I'll just make sure. All right, just making sure.
Where are you from, Kev? Where they do that at?
We are definitely not going to talk about that. That'll be another topic on another show. Those family secrets things. Those family secrets be coming out. Later in life. That's another topic for another day. And those of you out there who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about.
Yes. So I do. I'm just,
Yeah. So let's jump right in there, Chanel, because we got some good topics and we know that we don't want to waste nobody's time. We want to jump right in there. So this week, I saw something out there. Let me get my glasses.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Pray for him, y'all. Pray for him.
Okay, there it is. I see it.
Why is it that you have more trouble seeing with your glasses than without your glasses?
Why? The Lord said we don't need to be pointing out everything you see from people. You don't have to say things all the time, ma'am.
But why does your face happen to act like that?
We prayed before the start of the shows. We're not going to go down that prayer again for you. So we're going
for me.
Yeah, for you. So what we have here, people, is a situation where we have a supermodel, and I'll put it on the screen here, a supermodel and Vialitsnia, that's her last name. I said it wrong. I apologize. Please forgive me. She is seeking child support from her ex, Adam Cahan. I hope I said his last name right. So the gist of this is this.
That's a good one. The gist of this is this.
Yeah, the gist of this is this. I said it, and I said it. This supermodel has gone to court to force her high-flying tech exec former fiance to pay $8,500 a month in child support after claiming her income nosedived during the pandemic. I'll give you a little bit of detail on that. So in her filings with the Manhattan Supreme Court, Vialitsnia 35 said her earnings plummeted from 431,000 in 2019 to $77,687 in 2020 as the pandemic brought the fashion industry to a halt. More than $26,000 of her income was from unemployment benefits, although the supermodel owns a $2.9 million West Village apartment and has a $2.6 million in investments and savings. That's just the first part of this. So she's seeking $8,500 a month in child support from her ex. And I'm not saying I don't know what's in somebody's pockets, because we're not going to talk about what's in somebody's pockets. Chanel's looking at me because she knows I'm not going to say that. We don't know what kind of money people have. It's none of our business what they make or what they have. But we know sometimes that stuff drives child support. Mm-hmm. The kind of money you make drives child support. So in this situation right here, Chanel, we have somebody who's a supermodel who makes a lot of money, but due to the pandemic, her income was cut. But she's seeking $8,500 a month in child support from the ex-fiance. We know of situations where child support might get raised based on if the father's paying child support, if he's making more money, he's going to probably end up paying more money if the mother takes him back to court. But that never gets started unless somebody goes to court. It just doesn't happen automatically. From your standpoint, Chanel, because there's more to this story, from your standpoint, just reading just the first part of that, what are your thoughts on this situation?
The first part?
Yeah.
Well, I do. I mean, I get it. The pandemic did penalize a lot of people because, things just wasn't the same. And we're slowly getting back there. But the reality is, everybody's kind of gotten used to doing everything online, like we don't even have to leave our houses. There's times I don't even leave my house for days, because I don't really have to. And so for a supermodel though, that's difficult because her job requires her to be out. Mm-hmm. And so just reading the first part, I do get that. However, again, she's an adult and you have to make adjustments for when circumstances hit, which obviously is why you have a savings and an investment account and things like that. So you save for a rainy day for a reason. And that was raining last year. It was raining real hard last year, you know? So, just not even reading further down into this story, as an adult, as a responsible adult and mother, you have to make adjustments that's going to continue to keep a roof over you and your child's head. Yeah. Period. Mm-hmm. Period. When we read down further into it, the request, I think, is more based off of her not making the appropriate decisions and not necessarily that the child needed more money.
Well, I'm glad you said that because put my glass back on again.
Not the glass.
It says that while she did have a total of 17 paying jobs in 2020, half of them did not pay. In the last 6 months, she had only 6 jobs, working 2 times a month at most, she said in her court filings. Villacinia told the court she has monthly expenses of $40,000, including $6,815 for housing and $4,833 for her daughter's tuition at Avenues, the World School in Chelsea. She says her attempts to get the father of her 5-year-old daughter, Alaska, to pay child support have been ignored. The model says she needed the alimony payments to be able to afford a nanny and return to work full time.
Somebody's not I'm trying to figure out how she has 2.9 million in investments and savings, but you're not managing how does that work? Like, here's the thing, whoever your money manager is, like, they need to be fired because they need to really tell you the truth about how this really works in the real world.
All I know is that it says she has $2.6 million in investments and savings. Not saying that this father does not do his part. I don't know, because if you go further into this story, it gives a little bit more detail, because just looking at it from the top, it seems like a money grab, because in my opinion, she has money. Yes, she didn't make much money, but it said that she needed the alimony so she can go back to work full time. And that last time I checked, it said at the top, it said he was her fiance. So where does alimony come into play?
Ooh.
If you're not married? If I'm not married to you, I don't have to pay alimony. So if you look at more to the article, we go further down, it says this right here. It said, far from pleading poverty to the judge, via listening, I can say this lady's name. She owns a $2.9 million 3-bedroom apartment and has a 2. She told the court that he pays, the father pays medical insurance and the $58,000 a year tuition fees at her private school. So he's already paying tuition.
Yes.
For the child at the sum of $58,000. And he's paying for the medical insurance.
Yes.
So if she was saying that she's seeking solely for child support, I guess we have to break it down, because no, sometimes with child support, you have to have receipts. So if he's paying child support, is she looking for anything above and beyond the tuition and medical insurance for her upkeeping or her upbringing? Because then you start saying, okay, as a mom, then what are you doing?
Right.
I mean, because we both have to contribute. It's not just one person paying for everything. And so that's my take on it. I don't know about yours. What do you think?
Well, and that's kind of where I was kind of going with it, because, okay, so your daughter's going to the most elite school in the country, right? So you may still have to downsize a little bit, get you, instead of a $2.6 million condo, get you a $1.5 million condo.
Downsizing $1.5 million.
I'm not saying go down and get $100,000 house. I'm saying just go down to a $1.2 million condo, so then that way, that little extra money can help you with the expenses of the day-to-day expenses. And, I don't know what their parenting plan is, how that is set up, but that maybe that can be addressed as to if she's living with her full time. Okay, now I got to feed this girl 7 days a week, I got to have clothes for her 7 days a week.
Yeah.
But if he has visitation, then yes, you're not feeding her 7 days a week either. You know what I'm saying? So let's really break it down into the actual taking care of this child, not what you're trying to do. Like what you're trying to do is irrelevant. And if you need a nanny, if you do need a nanny, okay, if he does have visitation, you won't need the nanny 7 days a week.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So this is how the courts is not trying to make people get rich off of child support. Although some men may feel that way, but the goal really is, especially if y'all are really trying to co-parent together, that's really the goal of the courts. They try to push co-parenting, and they try to reward for co-parenting by, making it amicable for people, but everybody don't play those kind of games. And again, this was not a marriage. This was a fiance situation. And so I don't even know why we're talking about alimony at this point.
And that's why I started talking about money grabs. I don't know people's situation, but it sounds like a money grab to me, because we see it happen a lot. We see with high profile people. Oh, why am I talking to you? Yeah. So we see it with high profile.
We just having a conversation.
Yeah. We see it with high profile people all the time. People, it seems like the more money you make, the more you hear about somebody paying, they want $80,000 a month in child support. And I want to say, does it really cost $80,000 a month to raise a child?
Well, it's about the lifestyle too.
Hey, there you go. So whose lifestyle? Is it the child's lifestyle or is it the parent lifestyle? I'm just saying, I'm asking the question honestly, because the child needs food, clothing, school, daycare, if you got a nanny or something like that. Where does, and you get used to a certain lifestyle, but after you're not together anymore, that lifestyle no longer exists. And if you were never truly together, then what lifestyle are you looking for? Are you looking for that parent's lifestyle who has to pay the child support? Or are you looking to maintain your lifestyle that you have right now?
I will say that I'm going to play the contrarian on
No,
this.
you're not. I'm asking a question. You're not playing contrarian. I asked a question.
Okay, because so let's just say you have this child with this high profile person.
Mm-hmm.
The way the courts see it is the child still has some type of entitlement to the lifestyle of that high profile parent.
Mm-hmm.
So in my household, it may not take $80,000 to raise my son.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had a child with a high profile person, that the court is going to see that child is entitled to being an heir from that high profile person. So I hear what you're saying. At the same time, though, we have to make sure that things are set up in a way to where this child continues to benefit long term, not just in the short term. So I think what you were trying to say is that, or what you were kind of going with, okay, this is not about the mom living in this multi-million-dollar home. It's about, okay, how are we going to create a lifestyle that this child is comfortable, but then we also make sure that child can carry a legacy because they are an heir from this high profile person, or the mom could be high profile, either way.
Yeah.
Either way, but the child still has some type of entitlement to that lifestyle because they are heir to that.
Okay. Now I'm going to play contrarian back with you.
Okay.
Here we go. Just because, let's say mother or father, I'm not putting no gender on it all together, whatever. The non-custodial parent has a lifestyle, and they met the custodial parent wherever they met them at.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say, for example, let's say that non-custodial parent is a singer, athlete, or whatever, something like that, and they make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
They make a lot of money. Or let's say they didn't at the time. Let's say when we met, the person was just a regular person,
mm-hmm.
and you had a child together, and the court ordered you to pay so much in child support, so you pay the child support. If you $700 a month, you're paying $700 a month for child support, and you've been paying that for years, and all of a sudden something happens big in your life, and a non-custodial custodial parent hits the lottery or does something big, becomes a social media star, something like that, and they've got millions of dollars coming in a year. Now, the same $700 that was being used to maintain that lifestyle for all that time was good enough. But because the one parent just hit it big, whether it's a lottery or something happened, now we're going to raise the child support based on what? And I'm asking this question because a lot of parents out there get hit with this, and they start saying, because my lifestyle changed, or I got a better job, or something like that. And before, what was happening before was well enough. Now, because one person's lifestyle changes, we just going to raise the child support. So what if the person who's the custodial parent lifestyle changed and theirs went up? Will we decrease the child support?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying with the balance is.
It's supposed to. It is supposed to, because what happens is there's some type of equation that the courts use to determine how this works. Because if and the equation includes if y'all were still together and the child was still there, and this person just shot up income wise, then the lifestyle of that child would raise. If this person's income shot up, that lifestyle of that child would change. So when you go back to court and you notice that, okay, well, I'm paying $700 in child support, but she just graduated from with her doctorate, and now she's making $300,000 a year, and I'm still making my $70,000 a year.
Yeah.
Am I still required to pay $700 a month? The courts will actually do another recalculation and say, okay, let's even this thing out a little bit more to where it makes sense that no, you shouldn't have to pay $700 if she's bringing this. You know what I'm saying? So there is an equation out there. I just feel like the people that are paying the child support, they are afraid to go back to court because they think, oh, they're going to increase it. So they just don't. And that really is, you may leave money on the table if that is the case. Yeah. Because that equation is out there actually.
And sometimes, Chanel, feelings and emotions get involved.
Yeah.
And sometimes the reason the child support get raised or gets adjusted may not be because the person is making more money or because they may have been making more money for the longest, but because somebody said or did something.
That's why they go back.
We go back to court now because you don't tick me off, and now we going back to court and we're gonna handle some other stuff.